What's up guys, JFM here. I'm back with another video. This is a 0.7.0 update, review, and overview, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be going through 4 sections in this: the survival editions, the creative editions, the menu editions, and the bugs, which is a huge section, unfortunately, this time. So in the menu, you can see we have a nice background here, pretty lively. Unfortunately, it isn't moving, but that's alright. And the options, we have settings down here, which I'll go over in-game. Realms, which is a huge thing that everyone was really excited for, unfortunately, does not work. So I'm not going to go over that in this video. I'm just going to go over what we actually have to work with. So if you hit play, you'll get a new, fresh look at your worlds. Also, if you go to the top right, you can hit edit and delete worlds easily that way, and you can create a new world up in the top left. We will go into our creative world that I created earlier to test out a few things, and I found a lot of bugs in the short time that I've tested it. As you can see, I have a nice big D-pad with the D-pad size. Very happy with that. Over here, some of the new features: the water, lava, and animals in creative. Normally, you'd have to change your game type to get animals in creative, but now they have added spawn eggs as well as normal eggs to creative, which, by the way, you can throw really far. As you can see, these things are gone. Also, they do work in creative as well as just the regular chicken egg. Unfortunately, the chance of you getting a chicken out of these is much less than the actual spawn eggs, so let's go ahead and check out the spawn eggs. You just tap the ground where you want it to be, and it does have a chance of making a baby, although most times it does not. If we go over here, away from those annoying sounds, you can see that sometimes they'll be adults and sometimes they will be little babies. So it all depends. Very, very interesting. Over here, as you can see, the new additions are, as such, we have water and lava and a regular bucket. So it just works just like the real game here. Water, of course, goes its normal amount of blocks and spreads like crazy. Lava, of course, goes slow, like always. You can also make generators of cobble and everything like that. Anything you wish. Buckets. I can't get them to work if I have split touch controls on. Split touch, I couldn't have buckets work. But with this layout, I could, and I could pick water and lava up just as equally, which is great. But one thing that you can't do is milk cows correctly, because if you milk them, oops, come back here. If you milk them, you can see I just got a whole thing of milk, right? Which is great. But now you can't do anything with it. You can't drink it, you can't do anything. And unfortunately, in your inventory, it's stuck like that, which is a bug, but I just wanted to show that out now. But of course, if you leave the game, it all works out well. So that was the creative side of the additions. Nothing too crazy, but very, very cool. Alright, here on our old Let's Play world, I'm going to show you guys some of the new additions. Of course, the buckets in survival, which we'll go over here and test out real quick by the waters. Water buckets do work. You can do whatever you want with them. Like fixing this. Very, 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 very useful. So yes, water buckets work. Also, if you see on the top right, which is also in creative, you can write messages for your buddies. Let's do a little shout out here to my boy Schnun, if I can spell his name right. Schnun. Schnun. Looks really weird in that font. And there, as you can see, the back is dimmed out, and it goes behind the D-pad. So it's pretty useful. I was hoping to see maybe something different, but I guess it's fine. Unfortunately, it takes up a lot of space when you're writing like that, and you can't see the game like this. I would rather had it slide up with, but it doesn't really bother me too much. So that's pretty nice. Also, they have added fire. I'm scared to do this around here, so we will head on over here. And before I do talk a little bit more about this, I want to say that not all worlds have lava, so look out in the future for when they decide to add lava in other aspects of the game, so that every world is guaranteed to have some way to access lava. So just keep that in mind. I am here to show you the fire. The fire is really weird. For some people, it works differently, but for me, it just shows the bottom of the fire, which is unfortunate. Anywhere I put it, really. It does illuminate very well, and that's awesome. I haven't tested it on Netherrack, whether it lasts long enough, but it just looks ugly, so I don't plan on trying it. But as you can see, fire is here. which is cool. And there's no crazy bugs with it like before. Another cool thing, zombies will actually have some fire-looking texture when they're burning outside instead of just turning red and losing health. Very, very interesting. So now we will head into the options. And fortunately, there's options located in the main menu, but we can also locate them inside the game. So I'll just turn over here to this nice view and look at our options here. So inside the options menu, we are just joyed to see that we have names, difficulty, and all this. But mainly, I really like how you can see what's going on in the game, and the game is still active around you, which is great for the in-game options. Here we have the name. You can change it for now, but the account may do something else. I'm not too sure. Difficulty, they show a nice, beautiful slider. Unfortunately, it sticks to one side, so it's either peaceful or not. The slider's just there for looks. Third-person view, you can change that on and off through here. Local server multiplayer, you can, you guys get that means here. Sensitivity, invert y-axis, lefty, split touch controls, and D-pad size. D-pad size, you can see, if I change this, it changes how many slots I get. I can either get 6 or 5. I personally still like it big, but this is very, very useful. So keep your eyes out for that one. Over here on the graphics, we have view distance. As you can see, if I change it, it will change in front of me. And it's either far or normal. Again, it's not a slider, which is unfortunate. Fancy graphics, you can see the leaves and everything change, but the lighting stays, the smooth lighting stays there. Beautiful skies, you can have fancy graphics without beautiful skies, so it's all toggleable So now. If we go to animated water, it'll just stop. You see that? Very, very cool. And with the smooth lighting, obviously, it just makes everything look ugly without it, so that's pretty cool. High GUI, very, very useful for making cinematics here. We can make a cool farm cinematic. Watch this, slow motion turn. Fortunately, you can't really move at all without seeing the D-pad, so I'll go ahead and fix that up for myself and put the GUI back on. And then the sound, we can change the sounds in the game without having to actually change it for the whole device. So that's very cool. Now if we go back to the title, I will show you guys all the bugs. Again, these are the bugs that I've just found in my short time playing. Alright, so in Survival Heal, obviously we see the fire bug, which is pretty obvious. So we'll move on to the next bug. Alright, so for the bugs here, as you can see, nice crafting. Everything's pretty much the same. All the wools have the same name. They aren't changed. So, for instance, it wouldn't say purple wool. It just says regular wool, which is a bug. Also, down here, the slabs have a weird name, but that's pretty usual for every update. Everything else does look pretty fine though. So everything else looks decent. As you can see here, we have the cake in survival, which shows you all the crafting ingredients, which is pretty sweet. Unfortunately, though, the melon seeds did suffer from a name change, and all of the dyes have a weird name, so that's something to look forward to be changed. Everything else is pretty fine though. Going into furnaces, you can place whatever you want into furnaces, but you can't take it out, and so I pretty much left that mushroom and that stone in there forever. Quick example. I can smelt this mushroom, but I won't be able to take out the dye or the coal. So that's pretty unfortunate, which is, not fortunate.
This bug requires preparation.
Alright, so as you can see here, I have down to myself a heart. And if I try to eat, it does a weird motion, and then you have to hold your hand there for a while, and then you can actually eat. Sorry I couldn't show that better, but you guys get the picture. The eating animation's wrong. It's just like you're hitting something and you have to keep holding your hand there. And that works with anything food related, so that's unfortunate. Also, if we go into our armor inventory, it looks all nice except you can't remove the armor, which is bummer. Bummertastic. Bummerific. So that's unfortunate. And really, guys, that's it. There's no other crazy bugs that I found, but if you guys found anything else, leave it below. I would be glad to hear. Not really, because that just ruins my day to hear how many bugs there are. But it'll all be fixed. This is just an alpha update. They have warned us that this will be bug-filled, and they were right. But look no further. then the link below, which you can report bugs upon. I hope you all enjoyed this review. I will see you guys soon, and as always, stay frosty, my friends. Peace, guys. See ya.